only things to say for Vitality are positive. Obviously, they had the blip yesterday versus Heroic in their best of 3. However, myself and Jack, we both believe that was just a blip in the radar. And today they should be performing better. However, with the maps Mirage, Nuke, Mirage, Dust 2, and
they wish
Vertigo.
It was Nuke.
They wish it was Nuke, maybe. Renegades did ban that one. I think we're in for a good one here, Jack.
Hopefully so, Snods, as we're going to kick it off. Renegades over on the T side on this one. Vitality will be your CTs to initiate us, and it's actually quite a fast, aggressive strat coming through. The smokes initially to block off over towards jungle and steps, early flashbangs in, and they're going for the straight attack towards the ace light. Ooh, Alex dinked down to 27 initially well. Look at the confidence coming out from Liaz as he's already in towards CT spawn. That's the double entry coming through. Snods, if there's a way to start it, this is definitely an exclamation mark.
Let's see then, 2 versus 4. No defuse kits as well for the remaining players here from Team Vitality. With the bomb planted, it's planted for CT as well. Jack, they've got a player there in Liaz. This is a very tough ask, especially now as it all comes down to RPK in the 1 versus 3. Can maybe try and find some headshots here, get some extra dollars here, $300 a piece per headshot with that USP, but he will eventually just go down, and it's going to be 1-0 for Renegades. And just to recap, essentially, smoke out towards jungle, smoke out towards stairs, you flash towards CT, you blind up Alex there towards the CT ticket booth, you swarm the site, you then flash again towards CT, take it over, as we saw from Liaz, with 2 very impactful entries there towards CT spawn. You have the bomb planted behind triple, you have the after plant positions perfect. Very, very difficult round to lose.
Yeah, and it's very aggressive as well. It chimes in on the fact they said they felt like they had taken a bit of a hit to their confidence, right? Left them in a bit of a box in the way they're feeling in terms of their play style. You come in with a hard-hitting round like that to kick things off, that's already a high tempo set by them. On the T side, you can now whip out those AKs. You've got the UMP in play for Azure as well. If they can try and carry on with that level of power, I mean, this could already start off to be a fairly juicy game. But it's early doors. We'll take it as it comes as we delve into round 2. Vitality opting to go for basically the deco with Zyru on the scout. Now, this man can definitely wield it to the caliber of an AWP, Snods.
Very, very true. No Kevlar, though, for his scout. It's going to be MBK here in towards Connector. Zyru going to be backing him up as he's going to be smoked off. MBK on his lonesome right now, only good enough for 1. Quick trade there by Liaz. As his JK as well in towards middle to find towards the A site to find Apex. So let's see as this one does shape up to be a 3 versus 3.
Wow, the tags are coming through at least though. They're all fairly low. At this point, maybe RPK could actually cause a bit of commotion in the ocean as he flicks across, does some damage with the P250 and leaves it all up to Gratisfaction. 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, he tries to run away, but the Deagle's going to come back through. Vitality were not happy with their shenanigans that were coming out from Renegades. They instantly bite back and it goes 1-1.
RPK and Alex both playing towards that ramp position, catching 2 of the players from Renegades pushing out from stairs, jungle, on towards that A site. And especially the scout tag as well from Zywu being so critical in RPK, getting that second kill on towards the A site. And of course, in that 1 versus 2 Gratisfaction with a scout and 20 HP, not really too much you could have done there. As it does go 1-1 into the 3rd round. And it's going to be the force buy though coming up from Renegade, so can they try and do exactly what Vitality just did to them?
Oh, I was going to request it from to see what MBK was going to get up to with that auto shotty. He goes for a pretty aggro play there, faces up towards ramp, just goes in for the peak, spams down on the trigger, does at least kill 1, but he's going to be traded back upon. A bit of a weird way to start off the round, but he gets a read from it at least. He did spot another man out over towards the ramp. Jay comes there with a bomb. It looks like they are going to try and just play for these picks. Alex is really going to be the nuisance maker, though, Snods. That is where the majority of damage should come through from.
Still the 4 versus 4, as MBK did go for the 1-for-1 exchange with a shotgun at ramp. But let's see then. All 4 of the players here from Renegades grouped up outside the A site. In terms of utility, there is none. It's all going to be coming down to these 4 Desert Eagles and 4 headshots required for the round victory. But Alex, Apex, and of course, Zywu here on towards the A site. So a very good read here from Vitality.
Skulking their way up, getting closer and closer as they teeter on a knife's edge, ready to try and burst into this one. Apex and Alex, the double A boys, in position to really try and hit hard when this push comes through. They will wait for the burst. They get first contact. Alex wants to dash out the Molotov to ignite their path and make it way worse for them to try and bypass. Liaz will get the trade back through with the Deagle, though, as it falls into a 3-on-3 at this point. But they don't have much HP left to work with. And Apex, so smart, the trigger discipline of this man. He knows he can set himself up for 2, but it depends when he goes for the fight. Instantly on the first, the flick around for the second, a little bit awkward, but you know what? He'll take a 3rd as well.
Amazing play there, calm, cool, collected from Apex with the trigger discipline as well. Lines up 2 players and even gets the 3rd as well to secure the 2nd round for Vitality, avoiding being reset by the pistols.
Yeah, that's a nice one to win as well. Well played. I mean, the majority of the frags going towards the SMGs. You can't really fault it, can you?
Can't fault it indeed. 2-1 now. Renegade is going to be going onto an eco, just $2,000 across the board, so taking this round on the chin. Best thing you can do for this in the situation for Renegades is try and get that bomb down. Try and force out as much utility from Vitality as possible. You know, run towards B apartments, try and force them to waste Molotovs and grenades. And yeah, if you can get kills, then brilliant. If not, die to an M4. Much rather that than an SMG on the hands of Apex, as there would be $600 instead of $300. But unfortunately, Renegades couldn't really muster up any of that, and instead they just trickle down to their death.
Yeah, basically just going for the waterfall out of abs. Gratisfaction went for the lamp flash over, so they could try and blind them if there's anyone playing close to allow them out. Instead, though, they weren't ready for MBK to just knock all of their blocks off very easily there with that M4. But as you said, at least it wasn't SMG. Still could have been way, way worse for them. At this point, though, Vitality setting themselves in stone with a nice early lead, bringing it up to a 3-1 scoreline. Let's see where it develops from here.
Yeah. This means they may get very aggressive here towards middle, and let's see if Renegades are going to allow them to do that. Molotov, though, onto Alex's footsteps may make things awkward for that mid-control, and it will be. They are going to just conceive that away as they fall back. They have got Apex now in towards CPL. Alex in towards window. ZywOo this time going to be towards connector, not MBK. Instead, MBK Jack, he's made his merry way all the way in towards Palace.
Nathan can get an awful lot of info from this. He can actually backstab as well. Just depends on the timing as they begin to try and kick off. A couple of awkward bits of combat here and there down towards mid, but ZywOo, confident as ever. Smart enough as well to back off after he gets that first frag, allowing RPK some space to do what he does best, causing damage over towards the B site. 2 kills comes through. At this point, MBK is barely coming around towards mid as well, so he'll spot the bomb out in a second. And they just need to isolate these 2 1v1s. They're not really in a position to trade for each other. Azza trying to do some damage towards the B site, but he'll get spammed down into the back and get executed. And it's all just left on Jacob now. I don't think Nathan actually pushed the whole way around, so he has to spot the bomb, but it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, Jacob's basically going to rotate his way back up. He can grab the bomb, but where do you really go from there? You've got pretty much 30 seconds to play with. If he's going in towards that B site, he literally needs to be the Apex Predator right now to murder everyone that's there. There's 2 players close by.
30 seconds as well, so too much of an ask, really. 25 seconds, maybe he can try and get some exit frags and save onto the AK for the next round, but then again, he won't receive the round loss bonus as the bomb has not been planted, so his money's going to be a bit skewed with the rest of his team. So, in this situation, it's really save your losses, or cut your losses, excuse me, but he's going to be saving the AK here. Has no utility to save, unfortunately, for the next round. Has no pistol as well to drop over to another player on his team. But for Renegades, a slow start as they were reset, and since then, Vitality have gone on to win 4 in a row. Just really getting picked apart there, piece by piece. They had early mid-control. They lose the duels early. It's a 2 versus 5, and at that point, Jack, the round was pretty much over. And now we head into the 6th, and yeah, it's going to be the eco coming out from the side of Renegades. So there should be a 5-1 for Vitality. However, JKM with that sole AK can maybe try and play for some entry frags, try and open up a site, and see if they can get the W.
Early smokes coming through, though, to mid-window and short. So potentially a bit more of a faster place play here. They could try and go for a burst in towards that B bomb site. Jacob is making a lot of moves as well. He is going to be the key linchpin getting into this round, and he opens it up with a tasty shot as well. Follow-up frag there onto RPK. This allows them free roam in towards the B bomb site, and they can try and lock it down. Alex firing through. Tasty nade should blow Liars out of the server, but he barely dodges it, playing a game of dodgeball. Alex with 2 as it throws a spanner into the works, at least for the meantime, for the Renegades. The bomb's down at an awkward angle. ZywOo, suspect of this, trying to hold it, but his teammates are falling, and it's all on ZywOo now. Luckily, switches out. Grabs the M4 so we can try and do a little bit more.
He has his low HP as well. This could be very awkward. That Molotov nearly forcing the peak there from Liaz as ZywOo comes creeping forward, gets the first, but a very swift trade there from JKM. And very, very well played there from Renegades. And that sole AK from JKM just being enough there to pull them over the line. 4-2 now as we head into round number 7.
Yeah, good stuff. It was a nice play coming through. Renegades changing up the pace, going for more of those aggro-style plays. I think that's what they need, really. If you can try and play with that level of confidence, those are the rounds that we've seen with them just really running in headstrong, basically just windmilling their way in towards the site and knocking out anyone that is there, trying to put up a tenacious defense. As we get into round 7, though, ZywOo is up to his old tricks. A lovely jump across, so he gets himself on towards short early. is scoped up, trying to find that initial pick on Gratisfaction, but he's not going to give him the satisfactions nods.
Not this time, but it will be the full buy from both teams. Zywoo with that AWP going to be falling back from Connector, not getting too overzealous. It seems like for Vitality, they're not really putting too much effort here towards middle. Instead, they smoke top mid, they smoke underpass, they try and take off that precious, 15, 20 seconds from mid control from Renegades, and then they play it slow. But as I say, that MBK does walk to his demise towards ramp. Alex there trying to get the trade frag onto Jacob, but couldn't quite land the headshot. But let's see if they can try their best to hold off towards this A site as through the players now from Renegades are charging through, and that flash was perfect.
It was very nicely executed as they fall into a 3 versus 3. They're pushing their way out through Connector. RPK, will the tank be hit by an AP shell and ripped through? Or will Zywoo be the one to do all the damage? Looking over, peering towards the stairs, wants to try and be a cut above the competition. JKS basically giving away a hug to Apex as they bypass each other. This could be awkward as he gets into the back line. Luckily enough, the Savage realizes his mistake and will flick back around to put down Apex. Renegades 1 round away now from keeping it tight at 4-4.
MBK, they're making the right play. Didn't actually get to see on our screens. The question was he pushing through a smoke? Was he flashed by Alex? Did he have backup to make that decision? Obviously, for Team Vitality, they've conceded middle. They've smoked off underpass. They smoked top mid, but they haven't put presence there just yet. I mean, we even saw, RPK playing window, seeing if they boost window. Zywoo falling back towards jungle, holding the connector push and towards Palace. So they completely give up mid, and when you have that, you lack so much information. And that's what MBK was searching for by pushing towards ramp. But obviously you do run a very big risk. But once again, MBK going down this time towards Palace.
It's been very aggressive as well towards ramp from Vitality. They've been willing to actually play a game of push and pull here for the map control. A lot of the rounds, they've been quite aggressive towards it. Although they do lose Nathan early. MBK had a bullet put in his brain as he will be left lifeless on the ground there. JKS waiting to see if anyone else is going to try and re-aggress as well and go for the trade frag. But no one putting up any shenanigans just yet. Here comes the full rotation back around from the Renegades, though. A lot of utility to play with. They can smoke their way in towards the site. They can block off those angles. It's all to do, and they've still got a minute on the clock as well, so they don't need to rush this one. Look at the rotations as well. It's only Zywoo that's there. Normally, this man can be a one-man army, but you arm him just with a scout, he's going to be struggling into this one.
Yeah, Vitality putting a lot of stock in towards the B bomb site, sending 3 players there. But Zywoo tries to block the smoke to give himself a bit of a gap there to work with the scouts. Does land the headshot though, it's a fair play, but quickly traded out there by Gratisfaction. 3 versus 4, let's see what Alex can do. But again, it's just the 1-for-1 exchanges, the trades. The bomb is planted, Jack, 2 versus 2.
These aren't bad trades though. This is going quite nicely for either side at this point. You fall back into a 2 versus 2. Retake's now possible. Depends on the timing though. They don't have a kit. They don't have Apex anymore either. JKS barely lucky to stay alive there. 5 HP. If that fire spreads, he is down and out. But luckily, he will be able to get his way through. RPK, it's all up to him as the tank rolls on in, trying to decimate everyone that's in his path. But Azup with a simple face will come around, hits him from the unknown. Simple bullet in the brain, and that is going to be 4-4 as it all gets tied up here on the early stages of Mirage.
Vitality were really expecting Renegades to go for the heavy execution towards B there. Stacking 3 players, they left Zywoo alone with a scout towards CT. He tried his best, Jack, to block that smoke, make it forward just a bit further forward towards the A site, which means you can jump in the box and have that one way. Unfortunately, couldn't quite manage it, so Gratisfaction could see his head and got that trade frag against Liaz. And then, yeah, the trades came in, but obviously Renegades bomb planted, especially Azra as well, managing to survive with the Molotov not quite spreading the full distance. Many was very much heavily favored for Renegades. They make it 4-4 and maybe 5-4 as well, as now they're the ones against pistols.
Early aggressive control coming through from Renegades. They've definitely changed their tempo and been going for a lot more of an aggressive play into this. It's been working a whole lot better. RPK with the timing, barely dodging the flash as he wanted to try and adjust himself. Instead, he gets absolutely decimated there by the AKs in the entry. Zywoo as well. Just 1 frag, a consolation prize, as the only one that remains is Alex now. Going to try and do it for the Queen, but he's not able to. Killed by JKS there, slaughtered by the Krieg.
5-4 then. $6,000 for Zywoo, so we should be seeing the AWP come out from him, but it's been fairly quiet from his side. We're used to seeing the dominant play come out from him. Renegades have been doing very well here, shutting down the mid play coming out from Vitality. Even though they are using the smokes towards underpass and top mid, they're still throwing at the Molotovs towards Connector. The flashbangs, the nades try and deter Vitality from holding that position. And it has been working very, very well. It's been forcing MBK to push towards Palace, push towards Ramp, to try and get some information for the CT side. And now, again, Vitality, this time they have gone towards middle, but look at the read here from Renegades. This is very well played as they're going to be going straight towards the A site, expecting Vitality to head towards mid. Oh, wait, Jack, it's just a fake.
Oh, Alex could actually cut this off so nicely as well, and luckily with the timing, he's going to get spotted. The smoke could cause a bit of a ruse. Instead, he's going to use it as his escape method and quickly get out of there. It's at least been able to slow down things for Renegades slightly, and they've got a read. This now throws a spanner in the works, and if they want to go for the strategy they were initially going for, trying to double back round towards the B site, as they're going to be scared about this, believing that potentially Vitality could now stick more men over at B. And this is where JKS comes into play, the scout, the probe to try and work out what exactly is going on.
So for Renegades, still just a slow default coming out here with 55 seconds remaining. JKS alone towards B, 2 players with the bomb towards mid and 2 players towards ramp. Alex is close towards ramp, though. You can see he's pushed through now, holding the off angle there against Azza. That's going to be a very important exchange as they are about to walk into each other's crosshairs, and Alex does spot the shadow. So now he has information, going to drop down and get the drop onto Azza. 5 versus 4, information gathered, but actually the real play is towards B.
Oh, they need to be clean about this one as well. Apex flicking back around does a small amount of damage onto Gratisfaction, but he isn't going to find the kill. Apex. Oh, RPK actually not expecting that as the top attack comes through from Liaz with the AK, able to slaughter him easily. Alex on the rotation, back around, spotted again. It's not going well for them. Luckily, Zywoo with a pixel-perfect shot takes him down with the AWP, and MBK bounds into action, sprinting through, but big man Zywoo's doing all of the damage. The retake is tasty, and they will get the round. They keep it neck and neck as it goes 5-5. They're splitting these rounds as close as can be.
Zywoo, their 2 crucial frags there. First one, player falling back towards the back of apartments to hold for the flank. The second as well towards the back of the site when that player was trying to kill MBK. Kept his teammate alive and kept the dream alive here for Vitality here at Chicago. So we are still all level, 5-5, and it's going to be a tactical timeout, the first of that for Vitality now. And why is that? Potentially for the money situation they currently face. So Alex could buy M4 Kevlar, no head armor though obviously, but it's not going to be too important as they are versus AKs, but no utility could be the defining factor. Apex again, just $50 shy of that. RPK, 3,500. So we may see Zywoo drop an M4 over. MBK may drop something over as well towards Apex. But even so, I guess the question is, does Alex go for the M4 Kevlar, or does he go for the FAMAS, armor, and utility? I feel like the latter with the FAMAS and the utility should be best, but we shall see momentarily as the pause does end. And we do go live now of round number 11. Oh, actually, wow, it's going to be Alex drop the M4. RPK is going to play on the FAMAS, and that might be because Alex is playing towards the A position. Obviously for RPK, playing more of that supportive style. Can play towards B. Rather the FAMAS there towards the B side, it's more of an information position. On the A side, it's so important to get that first kill, especially playing towards ramp. And as Alex now actually playing towards connector, he needs that M4, and this is exactly why.
Beautiful utility damage done though early. Look how much has been done before they even had to fire a single round from either side. MBK gets the first, but is quickly traded back upon. Apex now on the rotation, wants to get himself fast over towards CT to actually provide some assistance, as all of the Ts have staked their claim of the A bomb site. They've been able to plant the bomb as well, putting them into a pretty good power play here. Oh, Gratisfaction though with the AWP, he's quick, doing his best Zywoo impression, as he'll be able to find 2 rapidly. Alex keeps on going. He's on a warpath here and equalizes it. Brings them into a 2 versus 2. Flashbang to try and blind Azza as well. Spots out JKS. Alex is doing everything right now, and Zywoo will finish it as well. With the AUG, the outrageous play comes through. That's the defuse found. He can double back and save the AWP, and they will get the lead now.
So well played there from Alex. Falling back towards jungle, spamming through the smoke, making it so awkward for Renegades to push on towards the site. And then there at the end as well, finding 2 kills apiece to allow Zywoo to win the final clutch in that 1 versus 1, even though it was the trade kill, either way. But yeah, there you go. That's why they had the tactical timeout. That's why they discussed who should hold that single FAMAS. RPK took the short straw, or drew the short straw, excuse me, past tense. But yeah, made all the sense. And here we now have MBK with an MP9. That might mean he's going to push towards Palace.
Yeah.
And I think he, or actually this time may actually be towards ramp. But it seems like Renegade is going to be going heavily invested towards B.
He needs to be quick on his toes here as well. This is where MBK needs to be delving into that push straight away, obviously off the back of getting this call that now it is going to be a storm in towards the B site. Oh, there's the check it. RPK, he's gifted one for free. JKS at least is smart enough to go for the flick across and take him down, but they've got the advantage. And Alex is the gift that just keeps on giving for Vitality. Apex arrives on the scene, and with an easy adjustment, he finds a single shot in between the eyes there of Gratisfaction. And Vitality, a round that looked like it could have got very awkward very quickly, luckily returns in their favor.
7-5, Renegades put a lot of stock into that last round, the investment, the force buy at that, to go for that fast B play. If only Liaz had checked that angle towards the van, that could have been their round. Imagine if RPK doesn't get that 1-for-1. Alex may have been traded. If Alex is traded, it's a 4 versus 3, the bomb's planted. Could have definitely been their round, but RPK playing it smart, as he does have the trigger discipline. But coming into this round then, just going to be coming out from Renegades. A few pistols here or there, but easily dealt with by MBK and his M4. Should be seeing 8-5 on the scorecards.
It's not looking good for Renegades into this one, though. Round 13 definitely should be going the way of Vitality. Already commanding in terms of the frags they've been able to pick up. The last two Ragtag Bandits looking a little bit lost and worse for wear, limping around with 14 HP and 27 HP as they just wait to see where an opportunity might arise. Jacob, if he can potentially cause some kind of distraction, maybe they can get something. I mean, a bomb plant would probably be their best bet from this point forward, but it's incredibly unlikely. It's just a matter of burning down that clock, and if you can get an exit frag, if you can get something to make the round somewhat better, that's probably what they want.
Yeah, as you said, exit kills, really the best option here for Renegades. Maybe try and get that exit kill and save an AK, but even then you don't receive the round loss bonus. I'm not sure how many rounds actually Renegades have lost in a row, if that is worth it. If they've lost 4 or 5 in a row, then it wouldn't be worth it to save the AK, but if they haven't, then it would be. Just simply based on the fact that the round loss bonus, $3,400 at its maximum, and the AK costing $2,700. But yeah, seems like they wouldn't have that choices. Beggars can't be choosers, Jack. 8-5 now, round number 14. Let's see what the buy is going to be and what the strategy will be as well. Because for my money, Renegades, they were looking at their best when they just took mid-control, played it slow, played for the picks across the map, towards short, towards connector, and then split towards the sites. But then again, that was back when Apex was considered their first kill, when he was pushing towards Palace, when he was pushing towards ramp. Ever since they played more of a passive approach and played for the mid-round and the late round and the afterplants, it's all gone in the French side's favor.
So right now, neither team has been able to win more than 4 rounds on the trot. So this could potentially be the round where Vitality get themselves a 5th, break that curse, and start to carry on, moving towards that 10-5 half that would be very commanding for them. Nice damage done. The utility's been really helping out majorly. And MBK, it's his turn to try and be the stealthy boy. He's spotted out, though. Isn't really given too much of an opportunity to cause decimation on a global scale. Apex will find the flick across, take down Liaz. But Jacob, he's got into the back line. He could actually really start to upset if he's given a chance. It could be the easy kill onto Apex. He doesn't want to rush things, though. Keep it smart as he slowly tiptoes his way up.
He has 2 players as well towards ramp. All they have to do now is stay alive here, Jack, and wait for Jacob to have that impact. If Apex as well doesn't spot him out, then yeah, this could be the ace side all in the favor of Renegades. Can they try and smoke off towards connector, though? They have 1 smoke from JKM. It's going to be dished out, I'm not sure where, pretty towards the middle of the site, and it will be. So they can actually shroud the cross and allow for the bomb to be planted for default. The bomb as well planted for Jacob as he is towards CT. This is a do or die round here for Renegades.
JKS with the first, the Krieg proving how powerful it can be. Leaving them in the 2v2, but ZywOo always the extra edge as they'll get the flick fast across there onto Azza. Jacob, he opened up the round for him, but can he somehow close it down and save the day? Molotov in, uses one of his own, pushes up aggressively. ZywOo on the off angle, spots him first. They break the curse, they take their 5th round, and they're now 1 away from dominantly taking the half here.
They had such a good position there in that 2 versus 2. Even though the Team Vitality players were so close, they could have crossfired there towards the push towards triple. And obviously ZywOo playing towards stairs, he couldn't really push in with that AWP. Unfortunately though, as they're getting clipped, I imagine on the head or the shoulder towards the default position. And as soon as he went down as a 1 versus 2 against Jacob, it felt like there was no real chance there. ZywOo jumps on default and obviously has the elevated angle to look over it. But yeah, for my money, if Azza stayed alive, that definitely could have been the 6th round for Renegades. But into the final one then, of the first half here, of our only best of 3 here on the B stream, Jack. 9-5. As it is going to be the 5 AK setup. No orb coming out for Gratisfaction here. And that might mean they go for a split play in towards the A site and make this one a fast tempo round.
The rounds that have worked out best for Renegades have definitely been when they're going for more of those fast, aggressive strats. When they try and play a lot more slow and calculated, it's not worked out too well for them. Once again, Vitality will get the opening pick as well. Apex comes straight through with the AUG instantly to try and take down a power player. Gratisfaction been removed from the equation immediately. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and MBK, he's got himself a choke point to try and deny entry for the Renegades, as there's 3 players waiting on the other side, ready to burst their way through the connector. He gets first contact, he is traded back upon by Liaz, and now they start to push. They want to overwhelm, but Zaiwu in a position to thrive in the chaos. Oh, he normally does so well, but JKS is going to knock his block off, although winning this round from this point is going to be incredibly unlikely. A 1v3, surrounded by players. He does have the bomb. He's got a fair bit of time to work with, but it's not really going to be realistic for him. Alex waiting over towards CT. The nade's going to come in. The Kobe blows him out of the server, and that's how they take it. 10-5 at the half as Vitality lock it in. They're looking to be dominant right now. Can they keep it going on the second half? We'll find out after the break.
And we're never gonna figure it out, so don't get friendly, get angry. I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. Unscathed and unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Scoreline is 10-5 now as we return into the action. Vitality, 5 rounds ahead as they're towering above the boys from down under. Let's see if they can flip this scoreline upside down, though, as they now move over to their CT halves odds. And that is pretty one-sided on the odds.
Yeah, 5-1. We actually had 26-1 odds. Yesterday with Liquid.
Is that Liquid and Envy?
Liquid versus Envy, yeah, that's definitely
crazy. That doesn't surprise me.
No, it was crazy. And ironically as well, Twist was like 26-2 as well, so we pretty much matched it. But yeah, as you said, second half here, this is a must-win round in terms of the pistol here for Renegades, as they are in a 5-round deficit, but more importantly, they need those conversion rounds to get back in this.
Oh, this is classic as well from Vitality. It's literally super aggro, everyone pushes in, you go for the smokes over, you all jump across, over on towards theirs, you push in, you get jungle control, and now you've got all the map control to play with essentially here. However, this is where it doesn't really work out as well. All of Renegades are coming back through CT, they've got free roam in towards the site, and Vitality are effectively retaking their own bomb site, although they don't realize there's an elephant storming behind them. It's big man Alex. He can't get the kill on Asa, though. It took a little bit of time there. Luckily enough, everyone's going to fall. There's not a single frag on the side of Vitality. Everyone survives, and it's a great pistol round to open it off as they take it to 11-5.
Amazing, amazing there for Vitality, doing basically a victory lap there around CT. They take towards jungle, they smoke off connector, they smoke off stairs, they push in towards window, into CT spawn, and as you said, they're retaking their own bomb site as they came up behind them. And just like that, 11-5, and well, first pistol win in favor of Renegades, second one going in favor of Vitality, and that could be foreshadowing how this game may eventually end up.
Because it's one of those strategies that I've seen an awful lot on a T-side Mirage pistol. It's super common.
Whenever I do it, it never works.
No, yeah, I know that feeling. It's never worked out for me when I've done it at a LAN, but it's the fact that I've never seen it where the entire team is rotated back through CT. There's always at least a couple of trades, so definitely a weird one, a bit of a blip in the way it's supposed to work out, but they took the round nevertheless, right? It's a good way to start it off. It means they have the rifles to play with going forward. Renegades delegated down to just the Deagles and a few pistols thrown in there for good measure with double CZ. They've got some defensive utility at the very least. However, if that's actually going to play a key role in the round is yet to be seen.
Let's see, what is going to be seen is the force buy coming out from Renegades. Just Gratisfaction, they have $1,000. Obvious reasons why he's saving up for that AWP in the first buy round. MBK that the Galil doing some damage though over to JKM. JKS is going to be the first player to go down. 5 versus 4, but the real player here, Jack, coming towards the B side. MBK is just a distraction.
MBK is dealing damage though, as he's able to find himself 2 frags with the Galil. Good stuff coming out. At this point, he's picked his way from enough men to really weaken the side of Renegades, and the B site has been completely claimed as well. It is now the territory of Vitality. The French have claimed it, and the Australians are going to be cowering in their boots as they rotate back across. Gratisfaction just armed with a Deagle, hoping that if anyone pushes towards him, he can land a lucky shot right between their eyes. But in reality, Vitality not really wanting to overextend here. They don't want to run the risk of losing the weapons they have, potentially arming Renegades. They've already given away 1 Galil for free to Azza, so anything more could be quite detrimental to them.
Yeah, obviously on the CT side, they will get the round loss bonus, even if they lose it, and through that, they can have the Galil for the next round and try and save some extra cash, as it will be the Eco coming out into round number 19. At least they have some firepower there, as well as the CZ on Azza, so we can drop that over to Liaz, JKS or JKM. All these players think around the same kind of numbers in terms of frags, so it won't make too much of a difference. But let's see. 12-5. As we said, the Eco now coming out from Renegades, apart from the saved weaponry. Vitality storming ahead. But if we're going to play devil's advocate, Jack, yesterday on Overpass, Team Vitality were 14-5 up versus Heroic on Overpass. And then Freiburg had the best performance he's had in 3 years. And they managed to take it back 16-14.
Well, unless someone goes absolutely nuclear in the rounds coming forth, it's going to be hard to see the same thing occurring for Renegades. If there was a man to do it, it would probably be JKS to really start popping off. Gratisfaction as well, if we saw some ludicrous plays with the AWP potentially. Right now he's got a Deagle, basically the pocket AWP. Let's see if he can try and punish with it. Pushes his way up, no real chance. Finds himself in the face of the raid boss, the big man Zaiwu, who chomps down on 2 of them very easily. That's Gratisfaction and Azagon. JKS tagged down solo as well. At least Jacob will find 1, but he's overthrown. He is not taking control of the palace as the King Apex, well, the King Alex rather, has arrived.
Apex as well finds the easy frag onto Liaz. It's just down to Justin Savage, as it is going to go 13-5. 4 players staying alive as well for Vitality, so in terms of their economy, it's going to be Metro booming. Round number 19, let's see then. AWP for Gratisfaction, as we said before, he did save for that weapon. 4 M4s as well to finish off and round off the rest of the CT buy. No defuse kits though from Renegade, so an after plant situation would heavily favor Vitality if it was all equal. But let's see. No AWP for Zywood as well. RPK going to be keeping his paws on that UMP. This might mean a very fast execution. You can see as well, 3 players now going towards the B apartments. We might see the fake coming out from MBK as we saw a few rounds on the CT side, and the rest of the players just going to be swarming and jumping in towards Bravo.
We do have Gratisfaction on the AWP though, and he's being quite aggro with this already. He's pushed his way quite far up towards mid. He was expecting potentially them to try and go for this play in. Instead, he's just hard scoped there, waiting, trying to gain that information. They only send 1 player back around right now. Alex still sat towards spawn. They haven't actually fully committed towards this B play either. It could have potentially just been a bit of an elaborate ruse, although the timing might not work out too well at all for the Renegades. As Zaiwu, he's finally making his way over towards mid. They've only just rotated off Gratisfaction, and there's going to be a pincer play going into effect as well. Gratisfaction with the AWP has so much to do, and he'll kick it off nicely. Gives Zaiwu a free haircut. RPK will trade it back on towards Jacob as they left themselves into a 4 versus 4.
Boost coming out towards short bot. Gratisfaction has now rotated back in towards window. 3 players now in the vicinity of Renegades, as they'll be making their way towards the A site. But NBK in towards Palace. Alex there towards Connector. The bomb as well still in towards B apartment. So with 35 seconds remaining, Vitality still have many options as to where they can eventually conclude in this round. With Alex getting the frag onto JKS, Gratisfaction there locked off towards CT. Maybe this means the final play will come towards B as Liaz rotates away from that B bomb site. Jack leaves it completely vacant. But he does find that kill though on the anchor.
He's a man that can definitely pop off at times when they need him to. As the young gun starts to kick this one off. RPK, though, he looks like he's tempting fate here, potentially hungry if he wants to try and go for the play. MBK on the rotation back around, caught off guard by Azza, and it's all up to RPK. He's in a good position, probably the angle you want to be playing this from if you are left into a clutch. We see Nico favoring this so much because of the versatility it provides you with. RPK only having a Galil and a flashbang, though, might make it worse for him as he rotates around, 3 men surrounding him. They're going to be able to take him down. Gratisfaction lands the shot with Yorp. And that will be another round for Renegades, at least keeping themselves in the game for now. They're not going to let Vitality get close towards that match point.
Very important frag there from Liaz as he did concede the B site. A bit prematurely as the bomb wasn't spotted towards A. Either way, they're getting that frag on the A site, make it the 3 versus 2, forcing NBK to charge from basically the bottom of middle towards B apartments. Does get caught off guard by the CT player towards underpass as well. Then in the 1 versus 3 finally for NBK. Couldn't quite manage it. Very awkward situation for him as well, especially with just a Molotov to use. But 13-6, so a bit of a mountain to climb here for Renegades to come back into this one. Gratisfaction though, puts out the Molotov with the smoke and finds himself that first frag onto the ever-present Zywoo.
This is what we need to see as well. If there is going to be an edge coming through, it's got to be players like Gratisfaction, like JKS, starting to go for more of those individual strong plays, because they can back it up. Nice nade should do a ton of damage actually as well. That's a hefty hit. The shrapnel was going to be riddled through Apex and Alex, as both of them. It's like a hefty chunk of damage. Jacob looking for the trade, forced out by the Molotov, but the spam barely missing, although the nade might be a nuisance.
Let's see then, MBK alone towards ramp. Apart from that, 3 players here towards the window or bottom mid. 4 Vitalities. They boosted 2 players, it seems, in towards window. They actually go for the double boost here in towards B short. This could be very clever if they want to try and catch Azza and Liaz off guard towards the B bomb site. But a lot of things have to go very, very well here for Vitality if they want to win this one, especially now as Azza's fallen back towards bench, holding that defensive angle towards B, so they are expecting a player to potentially walk up short. So that gimmick not really going to be paying off too well as a surprise. But now, Vitality grouping up towards the B side. They have Alex here towards CPL. He can catch the rotations potentially from the CT players coming towards B. But it all really comes down to Liaz and Azza. Can they hold the site here at B?
Liaz going for the jump spot across. The Molotov gets out early enough to at least try and thwart their attack. But it's Azza that does all the damage. The 3K spray down. This man proving how much of a stopping force he can be. Apex realizing that the bomb has been dropped in the open. He's only got 10 seconds to make a hero play. It is not worth it. Back off, sit on top of the fridge, and chill out for a moment.
13-7, 2 in a row now for Renegades coming back into this one. Vitality most likely going to save here, even though Apex does have the AK and enough cash to drop over another one. But if they save here, it goes 13-8. They still hold on to a 5-round lead, and they can buy up into round number 22. And for Renegades here, this is a round where they have to farm cash. You can see, even though they won 2 rounds in a row, Jack, they've been close rounds. $500 there for Liaz. Apart from that, $2,000 across the board for Renegades. They need more cash if they want to be able to buy up into the 22nd or 23rd round if they do lose. So they can bounce back and try and reset Vitality. So let's see. As they do come towards underpass, they have Gratisfaction in the window with the AWP as well.
Bear in mind, though, Vitality won a 9-round win streak before Renegades came back into the action and find themselves 2 in a trot now. Can they try and add a third to that? It's already a good way to start it, at least, as MBK has been punished. They don't really have much firepower either. Essentially, all of it has been gambled on Apex. Looks like he should get a free frag, though. Spotting out the barrel there of Jacob, but he can't get the kill. Jacob goes on for a double kill as well. That's rough. The potential play that could have developed swiftly mopped up like a spilt drink, and it all comes down to Zywoo now. He's so crisp when it comes to the pistols, but it won't matter. It's not enough. If it was an AWP, maybe there would have been a different story. Instead, though, Renegades get a 3rd round on the trot as they bring themselves up to 8-13 now.
Zywoo, $4,750 on the mark. Does he go for the AWP no armor, or does he go for the AK Kevlar on utility? It all comes down to whatever the eventual call is going to be. Do they go for an execution towards A? Do they take mid control? Do they value the AWP to try and find picks and open up the sites? But it seems like it will be the first option there, Jack. They're going to go for the execution towards A. Zywoo going for the SG, so he's probably going to play towards ramp or towards Palace and hold those long-range angles and take those long-range duels with the SG. As I said, though, he is first right now, as he is going to be entering towards ramp. All comes down to JKS and JKM to hold off this onslaught towards A.
Can the Krieg killer get some critical kills going into this one, though? A failed Molotov comes through. JKS going to extinguish the initial one. Under is burning as well to try and force anyone out that's in that position, but no one's there. And Azza already quick on his toes as he's doing a marathon the entire way behind Jacob with a full frontal assault hits the first as the head of Alex has been popped like a little grape. And they're being able to defend themselves on the bomb site. They have been forced out, though. The smokes come through. Apex causing a deviation as two of the players have had to go back in towards connector, but they haven't realized the big man, the boogeyman coming from behind. Azza gets the initial kill, shoots MBK in the back just at the awkward timing. Gratisfaction firing off a warning shot. It won't connect, but it allows Jacob to bombard his way out through the smoke. Apex with the timing, wasn't ready for it, and it's starting to crumble. They leave themselves susceptible now. It's up to Zywoo to really start dealing out some hefty blows. The Krieg comes through strong, gets the initial one up to Jacob. Gratisfaction with a response off the back of the AWP. RPK, not a lot of time left. He only had to try and delay and deny. Instead, it's a further kill from Azza. Two hugely impactful rounds coming through from Azza now in a quick span.
Brilliant flank there. Perfect timing as well in towards Palace. Catches that first play off guard and he plays the slow game. Doesn't wide face towards the site. Instead, he makes himself a nuisance for Vitality there in the afterplan. Smokes out, delays. Flashes eventually as well for the player towards stairs. And just makes a perfect execution. Got to say as well, brilliant play from Gratisfaction to push in towards triple and land that shot on towards Zywoo at CT. Because if that had gone the other way, could have been seeing 14-8 instead. However, pistols now for Vitalities. They're going to be charging in towards the B site. Flash is going to be bombarding over the top of B as they come full force now in towards B.
Oh, it's an Alex barbecue as he is set ablaze there by Azza. He's trailblazing ahead, actually. Started to really get some traction behind him into these prior few rounds. And this really does make it awkward for Vitality. It fractures them, it splits them up. Gratisfaction as well, just taking easy picks. Jacob will come in to clean up where his mistakes are made, and all of them are falling. This could be a flawless round for the Renegades, unless Apex has other ideas in mind, but the grenade's gonna land next to him, and it will be a single bullet from Azza that takes him down, bringing him up to 15-15 now, as he's started to find his form into the later stages. Vitality with a much-needed pause as well. They've got cash again, but they need to talk about what and where they're going to do with it.
Second pause, as you said. $6,000 for Zywoo, so we can afford the AWP. They have cash for everyone to buy, so it's more so about the strategy. What are they going to be doing in this 24th round? In terms of what's worked for them so far, I'm just trying to remember. Gosh, it feels like a while ago that we saw rounds being won for Vitalities. It's been 5 in a row now for Renegades. Actually, really, all it was, Jack, was a 10-5 half.
Yep.
Vitality win pistol. Vitality win versus the Force Buy. Vitality win versus the Eco. 13-5. Ever since the buy rounds have come to fruition, Renegades have won all 5 in a row, so maybe that's why I can't remember a good buy round for Vitality, as they haven't had one yet. But maybe the 24th round could be the start of something new.
Well, something else they haven't had as well is the availability to get the AWP out on Zywoo on their T side, something that they're now able to do as he can try and combat against big old Gratisfaction. He's been such a thorn in their side since he has moved over to the CT half, and he's looking for more as well. Alex, if he moved slightly, he would expose himself, giving vision to Gratisfaction, who's so confident into this round. He did realize, though, potentially someone could be coming through underpass to backstab him, so he's going to be a little bit more wary. But look at the amount of map control Renegades already have going into this round, Stance.
So much. Pushed in towards Palace, pushed in towards top mid as well. And they know that there can't be a window boost because Gratisfaction can spot towards underpass, so very well positioned here. Unless Vitality were to go towards B, then things could get quite hairy. So, all 5 players here from Vitality towards the B site. Once again, Liaz and Azza are going to have to deal the damage. If you remember, Jack, last time, a few rounds ago, as Azza's 3-man spray down that denied entry for Vitality in towards the B site. Going to have to be some deja vu here if Renegades want to secure it.
With the fire and flames, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail if they want to claim control of this B-bomb site. Liaz waiting to be the damn to deny entry. He's taken a fair bit of damage already, though, as the flashbangs come through. Luckily, with support of Azza, an awkward jump. He elevates himself in the air, but it's not going to up his skill ceiling as he goes down. 2 frags for RPK. Alex with a decapitation on JKS as well, and it's all up to Gratisfaction now. The only one that's actually on the site, but he's still causing a scene. A 3rd frag found. Response there from Zywoo back on the AWP. And it comes down to this, a 1v1 versus Jacob. He knows where he is, streets away. He has to get the bomb down. Luckily, he plants it just at the 4-second mark. A flashbang out, a second flash for good measure. He's gonna go for the fight, spots him. It's all a game of fumbling at this point as both of them are trying their hardest to win this round. Zywoo gets in the rear, but Jacob somehow finds the flick, denies it. No round 14 for Vitality. Another round for Renegades.
Exceptional play there from Gratisfaction on towards the site. Falls back as well towards short. Gets 3 kills. Denies the plant going down for Vitality until 4 seconds remained. And in the 1 versus 1, Zywoo was such low HP after the Molotov and the HE grenade. And just like that, Jacob takes it 11-13 as Renegades make it 6 on the trot.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's one of those rounds that so many weird nuances happen to allow them to actually get themselves into a crazy position. It's so good to see Gratisfaction as well on the AWP now, actually doing what he does best. He normally is such a pinnacle player. There's a reason why they picked him up. There's a reason why they wanted this madman, and we're finally starting to see a little glimpse of it. Gratisfaction again, dealing damage. He's a sniper with a hell of a scope, and he finds the first pick. Takes down Apex to open up this round, Snods.
He's been playing so strong on the CT side. Entries from B short. Entries towards mid as well, towards connector when he has been extinguishing the Molotov. Ooh, nearly made it 2 apiece as well at the start of this one. And BK now, we saw him pushing aggressive towards ramp on the CT side. Let's see how he favors now on T. As Gratisfaction is going to be tagged there, as he has been getting quite aggressive towards window, refacing in towards middle. Maybe the confidence he has is the reasoning for that. Bomb is making his way now towards the A ramp. Vitality most likely going to be concluding towards the A side, but MBK now tagged up as well as the HG grenade brings him down to 65. Smoke dished out by Jake M. He will eventually just be falling back.
Zywoo, with support of MBK, as they're going to look to try and find these trades and cause a little bit of disarray on the site. MBK with the opener, finds the pick as the headshot lands and takes down Jacob initially. 30 seconds left on the clock. MBK doing more and more as he's adding to his tally now. Gratisfaction going to be burnt out by the Molotov, takes a ton of damage from it as well. Makes it very awkward for him to try and stand there and defend the site now. Bomb is going to be planted, but he's hungering. The confidence is the big difference maker for Gratisfaction as he lands the shot onto MBK. That is absolutely disgusting.
3 versus 3. Gratisfaction once again bringing this back in the hands of Renegades. 2 kills so far as they make their way. 3 players coming all from CT. Really good after-plant positions though here from Vitality as they are spread. They can peek together if they wanted to. But bomb has been tapped. It's going to be Zywoo to check it. Knows there's no one there as he does take down Liaz. Gratisfaction falls as well as it's all down on the shoulders of Azza. As instead he's just going to be going for the save here. A few seconds remaining on the bomb. Has a defuse kit, but not worth the risk as he's going to be falling back towards CT. And save that M4 for the next round, but money is there for Renegades. $10,000 or $11,000 now for Gratisfaction. $10,000 for JKM. $7,400 as well for Azza. But Liaz at $2,000, JKS as well at $3,000, so we'll be needing to be dropped. AWP going to be swapped over as well to Gratisfaction again. So once again, 4 M4 set up in the AWP for Gratisfaction. 16 kills now for him, but those have been such impactful frags here in the CT half.
14-11. Finally, they pick up a round. Finally, they're able to get themselves back into the action. It's been so dominant from Renegades. And one of the factors has been the step up between Gratisfaction and Azza, both of them performing really head and shoulders above what we saw initially from them on their T side. It's been the confidence from Gratisfaction, allowing him to push and pull, play for map control, consistently gaining that top mid, being able to find first picks. Once again, he gets another one as Apex is thwarted and slapped out the air like an annoying fly instantly to kick off the round. It just depends where it goes from here. What does Vitality have planned, Snods?
That is the question. 14-11. As they finally take a round towards the A site. Maybe they go back there, if that's their plan. Let's see. Boost coming in towards window. Once again, the HE grenade is near perfect. Gratisfaction. Oh, I missed that, Jack. Gratisfaction again with an entry towards top middle. Excuse me.
Yeah.
5 versus 4. 50 seconds remaining. The boost is there for Alex in towards window. Once the smoke does fade, should have the challenge versus JKM. And that should be the beginning of the round here for Vitality if Alex does find that kill.
Alex, there's so much he could provide into this round potentially here, depending on the rotations as they are making their move over towards the B site. ZywOo, if he landed the shot, it could have been a different story. Luckily, he backs it up as he gets 2 critical kills. ZywOo, the madman that always does damage, finds them the entries. Potentially saves their bacon here as well, as the rotations are coming around. ZywOo spotted out by Gratisfaction, leaving it in quite an awkward position. NBK with a first, damage onto Jacob as well, leaving him teetering on a knife's edge at 13 HP. He's hungry to go back in there. He's a natural-born killer, and he's displaying why that is. But can he beat out the Savage? He's left with the M4. Slowly tiptoeing his way in to try and find the kill as he spams down, looks for the entry, but NBK wanted the free K to round it out. That's match point finally achieved, and the AWP saved for Daddy ZywOo.
So well played there from NBK. Not only funded the 2 frags towards short from the retake from Renegades, but he didn't overface in the 1 versus 2. If he had died there on 20 HP, in that 1 versus 1, it could have been a different exchange, as we know how good JKS is for Renegades in those clutch situations. But as you said now, match point for Vitality, and they have 4 of those going forward. However, with how Renegades have looked so far, this could definitely be a game for overtime.
It's going to be an awkward buy for Renegades to actually find themselves fighting for that overtime, though. Jacob, just with a Mag 7, although it can be a bit of a bulldozer if you know how to wield it at times, it will let you down. Apex instantly tagged up, though. Gratisfaction's continuously been trying to go for those opening picks. He's been doing a great job of it, but he isn't going to be able to find it just yet. NBK, potentially a linchpin here. If he can open up on towards the A site, they can backstab their way in. Gratisfaction's still just trying to lock it down towards mid. But ZywOo has the AWP, both of them miss. This is getting awkward.
Apex is low, but even lower is RPK as he falls to the shotgun of Jacob. JKS though, down by Alex. Apex as well is slithering his way through the smoke. Gratisfaction with the AWP, making it caught off guard. No, he doesn't. Flashed as well, Jack. How on earth has he landed that? Maybe a bit of Irish luck there for him, even though he's from Australia, forget that. But 3 players now from Vitality, all going to be situated towards the T-spawn. 4 players, all of them at that from Renegades here towards A. Eventually we should see Liaz go back, or Azza, towards that B site. Or maybe they play the game of, let's just all stay together as a clumped up unit of 4, retake either site as a 4-man unit, because their retakes have been strong so far.
Well, Jacob's already been repositioned back over towards the B site. And it looks like it is up to him to basically be the sole defender as Vitality are making their move in, slowly advancing. They got a Molotov to work with, a couple of flashbangs, although Jacob has a fair few rounds in his AK, and he knows how to use this Kalashnikov to be an absolute murderer, as he'll find the first, and they goes rolling in as well. At this point, they've cut their losses. They're going to try and back off and save in the kitchen, but it could get worse for them. Depends if they're going to be hunted. Luckily enough, no one's going to spot them and the spam won't connect. Alex is pretty damn lucky as well, as he only had 2 HP to play with there. They are still on match point, but Renegades, they're not giving up. They're not going out without a fight.
A fight indeed. This is going to be very good for their confidence as well, going into the next map on Dust 2. 3rd tactical timeout being called by Vitality. They have 1 left after this one. In terms of cash, they have the AWP from Alex, can be dropped over to ZywOo. RPK can buy as well. Apex, though, maybe not. Maybe going to be deducted down to just the CZ. Has full utility. This is quite awkward, Jack. When you have pistols, AWPs, and a plethora of different weapons on a buy, it makes it quite awkward because if it was all pistols, then the strategy is very obvious. You go for that hard rush, be at the start of the round, or you slow the pace down, you do a default, and then you explode on a site. However, with such a mismatch of weapons, oh, actually, the buy is a lot better than I would have thought. Actually, there's only 1 CZ. So they can go for more of a default here, Jack. Take map control, play for picks, go in towards connector, go in towards B shot, boost up towards window again, and try and play for those picks, and then work off of that. But let's see what the call's going to be. The last time they went around really was towards the B site with the amazing play from NBK. But before that, it was the bomb planted and the after plant towards A. And it seems that they will be going for the latter here. That got them to 14.
ZywOo, with that AWP on the entry. Maybe you can rub this dirt off his shoulders and show us a little bit of the real ZywOo that we want to see. they slowly advance their way up, looking to try and find these initial frags. JKS traps there as he's stuck towards under, waiting for this push to come in. The flashbangs are going across. They're using a ton of utility. Basically, everything they have on the Renegade side has been cast out at this point.
This is so awkward now for Vitality. They've wasted so much time, even though they've drawn out Molotovs, grenades, etc. from Renegades. They've been here for so long. There's an extra player there. Gratisfaction no longer playing towards window. Instead, he's here towards jungle. And this means he will be ready to launch an attack. However, wall of smokes, this is unique. Okay, no smokes towards CT. Instead, the Molotov will force out the peak from JKS as he goes on top of the balcony.
Always an elevated angle. Can he fire down and rain death from above? No, he can't. He only gets one before he's traded back upon there by RPK. Gratisfaction completely blocked off by the wall of smokes. He's done damage with this AWP into the prior rounds. A rapid flick as he goes aggro. Takes down RPK. Spots out a second man, but Azur will come in and chime through to be effective. Unfortunately, it was only a brief chance. The rest of the kills have been collected. NBK with 2, ZywOo punishing for the final killing blow to bring himself as the top dog on the server with 24 at the end there. And that is Vitality taking